pretty cold here at 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Fully recorded because it kind of glitched early on and I had to reconnect. So I don't know if that recorded everything. I know this is on impromptu and I didn't give anybody a heads up, but I wanted to ask everybody a question in regards to what's been happening with a lot of the YouTube channels that do live feeds and everything. This also includes me a little bit because for the better part of last year, starting from late spring, early summer, and then continuing on to the end of the year, and now it's kind of when I actually got my start on YouTube, even though I had the channel a little bit longer than that, but I actually focused on making content for my snake breeding projects, so to speak. But a lot of the channels that I've been watching in the past that were what inspired me to get over my fear of snakes and then start collecting them and then into breeding them, suddenly kind of like stopped doing content as far as like showing live feedings. Noticeably, there may have been some drawback from people on my content to a varying degree of just am I watching this type of stuff like that, and then there were the more rude comments like the animal suffering, why is that poor mouse, that poor rat, that poor bunny, all that stuff. But I've noticed that it's been a little bit harder to get views now, and get subscribers and maintain them for a little bit. Uh, and I've noticed that with some of the other channels that I've been watching. Uh, Desert Wolf Armory, Empire State Exotics, Raw's Reptiles, Moto's Danger Squad. Those are just a couple ones I can rattle off the bat that I've watched that have done live feedings and stuff like that. And they just kind of blanked out for a little bit. I mean, some of them are breeders, and they do focus on breeding a little bit more than the actual feeding videos and stuff like that because they're trying to make money and raising snakes and creating new visual morphs and stuff like that. But I've noticed that they have stopped posting feeding videos and stuff like that, or at least it seems like it because the algorithm on YouTube doesn't seem to be pushing it anymore. And I think that's mostly due to kickback response to from people that have been watching our videos or watching their videos and raising up a bit of a stink, and maybe YouTube listened. So I think it's going to be a little bit harder for us to post feeding videos without as much. I mean, most of us, a great deal of us have captive bred animals. And yes, captive bred animals over periods of time can be shown different ways to take food, like pre-killed or frozen thawed, anything to reduce chance of injury and stuff like that. But because we know the animals that have precocial instincts, they will want to seek out something living as a first meal. I get that. That's nature. Can't really change nature, no matter how much we try. Uh, Sorry, my voice is getting a little bit dry. So, not used to speaking in large, long, engaging spurts, so to speak. So, if it sounds like it's taking me a little bit of time to get it out, uh, yeah, just give me some time. But if there's a way we can get over this little hump, because if there's going to be all these complaints, we've got to at least file something back and say, hey, these animals are required by nature and to be fed, because these animals that we are feeding, these rats, these mice, these rabbits, they are not pets. We buy them as feeder rodents, which means that they are rodents meant to be fed to an animal. Now, I know YouTube's a public platform and they have their governing body. It doesn't seem fair. It's not. I mean, a snake eating an animal is the circle. Must consume food in the most basic definition. I mean, it's. I don't think of it as dangerous content. I don't think of it as malicious content. I don't think of it as mind altering or would cause mental harm to younger viewers. I mean, most of us watch stuff like this on Discovery Channel as kids growing up. I mean, heck, every summer there's Shark Week. And we watch things about shark attacks. And we see them attack seals or, in certain rare circumstances, attacks on humans. But I digress. Those things happen very rarely. But the feeding videos that we post should not be struck down when YouTube has other things that they need to deal with that would mostly deal with the COPA compliances, protecting children from stuff online. And I think we've all seen enough stuff on the YouTube. If you need to clarify that, then maybe you should watch some of these short streams that have been picking up here lately involving a certain female dressed up as a ghost. Yeah, that stuff has been circling around and around and around, almost about as bad, but nowhere near as good as Skibbity Toilet. But that type of stuff I would frown down upon because that does cause issues. That is on the legal spectrum very harsh issues. But I know most of you guys that follow me that are also snake channels and everything. Reach out, tell me how things have been going on your end, and we can and subscribers and get our views back up. Do some live streams, call to call stuff, whatever have you. Let's try to make things work. That way, our channels grow a little bit. Because sooner or later, I mean, look at the 2A community. They have had to create their own streaming services. That way, they could still get some sponsors and monetization. They weren't able to get it on YouTube because YouTube is cracking down on them. It's almost by rule of equivalent exchange that sooner or later, some of our channel or community group on YouTube is going to be the next one on the chopping block, and it kind of feels like we're next. So maybe we need to do something. Maybe we need to start educating people again, and maybe this will solve things out. Who knows? Well, I'm going to cut the stream short right here, and leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Just let me know what you think on this topic. All right. Thanks.